ladies! So this week's topic is recommend a fandom to fall in love with to each blog giggle, but I have to tell you, there are 11 of you, and I don't think I have 11 different fandoms that I can recommend. Plus, I can't find the list of everyone's geek loves, so I don't know what you already love. So I'm just gonna talk about some fandoms that I love that I think maybe all of you or some of you might like too. Here we go. The first fandom I want to recommend is Maureen Johnson. If you don't already read her stuff, she's amazing. Her fans are lovingly called the Jars. Basically, when you become a fan of Maureen Johnson, she puts you into your own little individual jar. We all have a cart where we all can ride around together. She takes us places. She'll move us into sunlight when we need it. She'll tuck us in with tiny blankets and give us tiny teddy bears when it's bedtime. She even dedicated a book to the Jars. Check her out on Twitter. That's the best way to follow her, even if you are not interested in reading any more books, which why wouldn't you be? But go follow her on Twitter at Maureen Johnson. Link in the description. The next fandom that I want to recommend to you is for the TV show Grimm. This one is in its 3rd season. It is sort of the idea, what if fairy tale things came to life, except the take on it is a little bit twisted. It's much darker. It's about a detective in Portland, Oregon, who starts seeing weird things. He sees regular people out on the street shift their appearance to turn into these monstrous things. Discovers that he's descended from the Grimm brothers and that his heritage is that he can see things the way they really are, and it's his job to stop the bad ones. It's fascinating. The Grimm fandom is great. The actors are all really involved. They live tweet episodes. You can follow the writers on Twitter. It's super fun. I really recommend it. The next fandom I'd like to recommend is also for a TV show, Sleepy Hollow. It takes place in Sleepy Hollow, New York, kind of loosely based on the original. It is about Ichabod Crane. He was fighting this other secret war that was happening at the same time as the American Revolution, good versus evil, the riders of the apocalypse, the whole deal. And he dies, but not really. He gets put into this sort of deep sleep and he wakes up in modern day New York where he has to continue the war. At the same time, he meets up with this police lieutenant named Abby Mills, who is one of my favorite new protagonists on TV. They are working together to fight the Headless Horseman, who is really the Horseman of Death. It is campy, it is over the top, but you buy into the premise and it's worth it because the show is aware of its camp, but it takes itself very seriously, and this is why it works. The best person to follow for this is Orlando Jones. I will link him below. He plays one of the main characters in the show, and he is just so much fun to follow, so I highly recommend it. Be a sleepyhead. The next fandom I want to talk about is, of course, Nerdfighteria. I wouldn't be who I am today and where I am online and have even the friendships and relationships that I have if it were not for Nerdfighteria. So if you are not already a Nerdfighter, check out the Vlogbrothers. John and Hank Green are just fantastic. Seriously, Nerdfighters. The very last one I want to talk about is the one that I'm currently representing in all of this beautiful, glorious blue. If you are not a sports fan, or if you are sports fan adjacent, or if you just want to get into, you know, the basketball tournament that's coming up next month, I highly recommend University of North Carolina, the Tar Heels. If you want a team to pull for, if you just want to have a good time, join the Carolina family. Wear Carolina blue. So that's it. I hope that one of these fandoms spoke to you. If not, let me know and I will come up with even more. Hope you're having a great week and don't forget to be awesome. Bye. Testing, testing, letting it focus.